Hi, in this video I'm going to talk about the importance of properly wedging clay, and I'm going to show you how to wedge regular clay and reclaimed clay, and I'll show you the difference between those two. And if you have any questions at all at the end of this video, just drop them in the comments below and I'll be able to help you. So one of the reasons that you might want to wedge clay is you have a bunch of pieces of clay. So what you're going to do is you are going to take all of those pieces, pile them up, and then you're going to try and wedge them together so that you can get one consistent piece of clay. So you're going to cup your fingers and your hands so that your fingers stay closed, and then you're going to push forward a little bit with the fatty, meaty part of your thumb. And then when you press forward, it should look like a little animal face. So you're going to press forward, tilt up, press forward, tilt up, press forward, tilt up. Do not press with your fingers out though, that will flatten it. So you need to keep your fingers closed, keep your fingers cupped, and then it will keep the shape of the clay that you need it to be. So you're just gonna press forward, up, press forward, up, press forward, up. And you're just gonna do that 30 times. And after you do that 30 times, it should have all of the clay properly mixed together and get any excess air bubbles out. So there it looks like an animal face, and then when you have it done, you're gonna smack it into a rectangle so that you have it in a shape that is easily ready to be put into a slab, and then you're gonna put it in a bag and wrap it up. Another reason that you might want to wedge clay is because you have reclaimed clay. Reclaimed clay is clay that had dried out, and then you put it in water for an excess period of time, and then it's all mushy now. And so you're going to kind of just like move it around the wedging table or on your canvas. And the more that you move it around, the drier it will get because the surface is absorbing the excess moisture. So it's a little bit hard to wedge at first because it wants to just stick to that table. Like it does not want to come up. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a metal rib and I'm scraping all of the excess clay off of the surface so that I can add that back in to my clay that I'm trying to wedge. And then when I get all of the clay scraped off, I'm just going to start that process again. And I'm going to keep my hands cupped, press forward, tilt up, press forward, tilt up, press forward, tilt up. Sometimes it's just going to stick though, because it's still a little bit too wet. So then just work it. And the more that you work it, the drier it will get. So it's totally fine if it sticks for a little bit. But then when you get it to a workable stage, you should be able to just wedge it very easily by pressing forward, tilting up, press forward, tilt up. And then you just are going to do that 30 times. So again, press forward, tilt up, press forward, tilt up, press forward, tilt up, press forward, tilt up. So you want to make sure that your hands are cupped and that you're pressing forward with the meaty, fatty part of your thumb on your palm, okay? And then again, after you do that about 30 times, it should be wedged enough to have all of the clay mixed together well and get all of those excess air bubbles out. And then when you're done, I'm going to weigh it so that I can just make sure like, hey, this is the right amount of clay. And I'm weighing it because I'm sectioning out clay for all of the students. So then when I'm like, yep, this is right, then I smack it into a rectangle. And then once it is in a rectangle and it looks like, hey, that doesn't look like there's any visible air bubbles, then I am going to grab a bag and then I will put it in the bag. But when I grabbed this bag, I noticed it had a huge hole in it. So I was upset and I was like, hey, I got to get a different bag. You do not want to have a bag that has a hole in it. Your clay will dry out. So got a different bag, and then I just wrapped the clay up like a little burrito, and then I threw it in the stack of clay that was all ready for the students. All right, so if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, like I said before. And if you need any help, I will be able to help you. And I hope that this was very informative and helpful video on how to wedge clay.